all the way from Hollywood via the USS Enterprise from the new Star Trek movie, we have Spock and Uhura, Zachary Quinto and Zoe Saldana. Wow, look, that's multitasking. Let's bring out our guests in the traditional way from the new Star Trek movie. It is Zachary Quinto and Zoe Saldana. Here they are. Fabulous to have you here. Thank you so much. How gorgeous, how handsome. Come on, sit down. Let me squeeze in it. Well, the whole beaming up and beaming down is more complicated than it looks.
Trust me, we know.
Yes.
Wow,
Painful too.
But it's fun and it gets you where you want to go. Okay, so congratulations on the new movie, the new Star Trek movie. Is it called Into the Darkness?
Into Darkness. Yeah.
Into Darkness. It's out on May the 9th over here. I've seen it already. I loved it. I loved the first one as well. And it still, I guess, must be quite daunting for you guys being in something which has such a loyal following and has such a fan base that goes back so many years.
Yeah. Almost 50 now.
Wow.
And what's a gift is to know that you are reprising roles that were part of a show that represented such a beautiful message.
Diversity and coming together. And
peace.
Gene Roddenberry, who was really a visionary in the 60s and used his show as a way to reflect back at society. So many topics that really people weren't able to talk about then, you know. The first interracial kiss was on Star Trek, you know, and you have this crew that represents such an amalgam of people coming together for the betterment of humanity. I think he was at heart really an optimist who had true faith in what we're capable of for the good, and it's nice to be a part of something like that.
And we get to see sexy women painted green.
Yeah.
So there were no losers in that.
It's a win-win, trust me.
But playing Spock, I mean, obviously, Uhura, a hugely important character, and we'll talk about her in a minute, but Spock, of course, was such a kind of well-loved character and so well-defined and so unique in his way. And I know that Leonard Nimoy was kind of involved in approving you for the role.
Yeah, he did have consultation approval, which means that I had to have his blessing going into the experience. I was the first of us to get the job, and he was a big part of that. So, and he and I have become so close. I love him, and
he's super cool.
Really
he's
cool.
So cool.
Yeah, really cool.
I can see why you get the part, because not only are you a fabulous actor, but also you kind of do already look like him, don't
Yeah,
you?
there's a resemblance.
Even
it's
without
true.
the makeup, and your ears are kind of trying to get into a point. You can feel them.
They're trying like the reverse way. I feel like they're pointing around the bottom.
Trust me, the compassion that this second time around I have for Zach when we were shooting, because to know that you have to like shave your eyebrows, and for 4 months while you're shooting this movie, Zach would have to shave his eyebrows and leave them shaved for like 4 to 6 months.
6 months this time.
And it was just grueling on him.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard.
Well,
you can't even go to the movies
you know,
without people looking at you going, what's his deal?
I think we should do a benefit concert for Zachary. The ordeal he's suffered, because
it's so hard.
That's giving above and beyond. That's inhumane. Okay, it's nice having you on together, because I know you've known each other for a while, but of course, in the new kind of mythology of Star Trek, you guys are lovers. Or I guess they're kind of heading that way if they're not already.
No, we've been in a relationship. Spock and Uhura have been in a relationship since the first movie, at least.
Yeah. But do you know are you told how far the relationship's gone?
I don't.
Well,
I
they're
mean,
definitely having sex.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
actually, that's not true, because Vulcans don't have sex except for every 7 years.
No, they can only breed
human.
every 7 years.
All
My
right,
mom
all right.
told me.
Oh. So I got to keep her satisfied.
That's gonna be some big night every 7 years.
Well, you know, I work really hard.
How come your mum knows more about him having sex than you do? That's,
No, because my mom used to watch Star Trek when she was growing up in the Caribbean, and back then it was dubbed, and she used to watch it with her grandpa, and it was called Viaje a las Estrellas. So when she knew that I was up for the role of Uhura, my mom was just like, Zoe, you have to take it. This is amazing, and now you get to be in love with Spock. He's the sexiest character in the show. Wow. That's my mom.
Your mum was in West Side Story, wasn't she?
No. She liked West Side Story. She
Didn't
thought
we
she
all?
was Rita Moreno, though.
So you were raised in the Dominican Republic, is
Yes.
that right? So Spanish is your kind of first tongue, I guess.
It was my first language. It's so funny because my sisters and I have a joke, and we reference it to Chinatown. You know, when they say it's my sister, my mother, it's like, oh, so English is your first language? It's English. It's Spanish. It's because you keep always jumping. Like whenever you hit a wall and I don't know what to say, I usually say.
Coño.
That means shit. That means everything.
It's a handy word
When
to
you're
remember
mad,
then.
you go coño. When something's good, you're like coño.
Wow.
Yeah, so coño's like everything.
When you flub your lines, you go, coño!
I don't think there's a word in English which covers every eventuality.
No,
like
that's
that.
true. No, we should come up with one, though.
I think so, yeah.
Let's have a look at the clip. I know you're dying to see this. I'm lucky I've seen the movie already. I'm going to go and see it again pretty soon. It opens next Thursday here, all over the country. This is Star Trek Into Darkness.
I feel like my voice...
Because if you had sucked on helium.
Yeah, it sounds as though I've been inhaling helium. It sounds like my voice is really higher.
Well, you are in a tight spacesuit. Maybe that's what's going on.
That's spacesuit.
But let me ask you about your clothing, because you are in an outfit so tight. I mean, it's not quite as tight as something I saw Cher wearing, looking at some pictures last week, but it doesn't leave a lot to the imagination. I guess, are they restrictive? Is it difficult to perform in that?
You mean the wetsuit that I
Yeah.
have in that scene? It was definitely a wetsuit, so it was made with the material of wetsuits. But you needed baby powder and 4 people to help me put it on and zip it up, and then...
And I bet it was hard finding volunteers, wasn't it?
You know what was hard? Was getting water. Because when I was on the set, I would ask for water and nobody would get it for me because they didn't want me to go pee. Because that meant that they would all have to come and unzip me and take it off, and I would have to... And it was a very mean...
We'll add that to the benefit. We'll add that to the concert that you pulled together for.
So it's a benefit for shaved eyebrows and risking thrush or whatever.
No,
I don't know.
it seems like, oh my God, that's so lame. Why is she complaining? You guys, when you're working like 18-hour days, it's really hard.
But you know, you should do...
No one would get me water.
You have to pee, and you just, can I please, can I get some water? And you're so parched.
You're just meant to let it go, though. In a wetsuit, you're meant to pee in
That's
wetsuit.
right. That's right. And that's what started
See?
happening. So for the rest of us, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, but that's how me. Nobody told me about
Yeah,
that.
but number ones only. Okay, you don't want to... one final thing before we go to a break, and the guys are going to stick around, we're going to talk about the break. I want to the whole Spock hand thing, that's plagued me all my life. I've always wanted to be able to do that, just to snap into it. And some people seem to do it, some people can't. Could you always do it, or did you learn?
No, I did have to actually spend some time conditioning my hand before I started shooting the first movie.
Didn't you tape it one time?
I put rubber bands around these 2 fingers and drove around Los Angeles going like this.
Wow.
So that I could, because I couldn't do it at first, but I've got it in the end.
Oh, did you do it in the left hand then? You were doing it left-handed?
Yeah,
then?
I do it left-handed.
You don't do it right-handed?
I'm left-handed. Yeah, I can kind of do it on the right hand, not as well. I'm more like you on my right hand.
You can't do it on the right hand at all. What are you
That's
talking
not
about?
true.
That's the most pathetic Spock hand I've ever seen in my life.
Well, good thing you're not playing it, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, well, hang on. Oh, the shade. Okay, let's have a look in the green room. Jeremy, can you do it? Because you...
Oh, nice!
Wow, hold on. That's pretty good. You're doing a weird thing.
You look like a Vulcan rapper.
Yeah. Yeah. No gang signs. Okay, Russell, you...
Nice.
Do with that one, but that one, no. See?
You look like you're a bad mime artist, is what you're doing. Trapped in a box. Tom's got it going. Yeah. My shizzle. OK, before we go to the break, I wanted to ask Zachary something, whether he would do something for us, because obviously I read up on the guests, and I read that one of the things you learned while you were filming, and to fill the time, I guess it was, you learned how to play the banjo.
Yeah, oh, yeah, in a manner of speaking.
That's a tough instrument to master,
It's a
isn't it?
tough one, yeah, and I haven't by any means mastered it.
How long have you been learning the banjo?
Since July.
Oh, so not that long?
Not that long, no.
OK.
Oh, my God.
We've got a banjo here. We always keep a banjo on the set. But it's got a... It's a nice sound, the banjo,
It's a great
isn't it?
sound, yeah.
OK, so I'm going to give you this.
Oh, you are?
And ask you whether you wouldn't mind playing us something when we come back from the break.
All right.
So if you want to warm your fingers up,
Thanks.
OK? And we're going to take a break now, but when we come back, Zachary and Zoe will still be in. Hopefully, Zachary will be playing something for us on the banjo, so don't go away. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Zachary Quinto is still here, Zoe Saldana is still here, I'm pleased to say, and Zachary is armed now with his banjo.
With your banjo?
With our banjo, yes,
Yeah.
which is a communal banjo.
I was going to bring my banjo on the press tour, but I thought it might be a little cumbersome to cumberbatch to travel with. This is a little... Only a few months, only a few months. I'm no Steve Martin. But it's, I actually started playing when I was doing American Horror Story, the second season of American Horror Story. I decided that I wanted to go into that job and have a hobby, something I could challenge myself with. So that's why I learned it and when I started learning it. And at first I was really afraid of being like one of those douchey actors that was just doing what he wanted to do on set and at the expense of everyone else. And about 3 days in, I started to get a little braver, and so I took my banjo from my trailer up to set, and between shots I would play, and I would just sit in the corner and sort of fiddle around. And all of a sudden, people from the crew started coming up and just saying, "Thank you so much. It's such a beautiful instrument. There's something really meditative about it." And I could sit for hours and hours and hours.
I can imagine if people coming up, did anyone start a fire and cook beans over it?
A couple times.
Kill a chicken, make some
They
soup.
skinned a chicken alive on the set of American Horror Story.
Zoe, let me ask you, because what an incredible few years it's been for you, because not only are you, this huge role in this new movie franchise, but also one of the leads in Avatar as well.
Yes.
What a fabulous film and a great performance. And of course, you were blued up for most of that. And they're making a sequel, aren't they? Is that going ahead?
I think that they're doing a part 2 and a part 3, and they're probably going to shoot it at the same time. Because if we just do 2 and then wait, I'll probably be like 45 or 50 by the time we get to part 3.
So
it takes a long time. It's a very hard process when you shoot motion capture.
And you're in
Is
a
it
new...
as hard as when they don't get you water when you need it?
Or when you're wearing like a wetsuit, it's so hard.
When are you shooting it, do you know?
Early next year,
Awesome.
I think, yeah.
And you're in there's the new Marvel movies where you're kind of doing a lot of this fantasy stuff, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
So I was blue for Avatar, and now I'm going to be green for Guardians of the Galaxy.
So you play just about any colour?
Yeah, pretty much, pretty
Okay,
much.
okay. And can you tell us anything about that, or is that kind of top secret for now?
It sort of is. And the only reason why I say it is because they made me sign a whole bunch of papers, but if I didn't, I'd be so telling you right now.
Can you talk about the movie you did, the new movie?
Hey. Oi, no whispering.
All right, sorry. Can I?
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is that Zoe played Nina Simone in a biopic that she shot earlier this year,
Yeah.
and
Last
I
fall,
cannot wait. Oh, last fall, last fall, right?
I can't wait to see this because I love Nina
Me
Simone.
too, man, me too.
An incredible woman, and also she was quite a troubled woman, wasn't she? Didn't she have bipolar condition, or there was some kind of psychological
A lot of
problem?
drugs.
Yes, well,
too.
this is no. Actually, people think that she obviously was a person like that was a drug addict, but it was she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder very early in a time where they were experimenting drugs on people. So these drugs were not approved. They had severe side effects, and they had weakened her body very, very much. So learning these things as I was, stepping into this character, stepping into her life, I was very grateful to know that.
It's wonderful that you can get the truth of her life story out there, because obviously that will help people going through the same thing. And it's reminded me, Zachary, because when you came out, I know that was for a reason, wasn't it, in Hollywood? I mean, it's a different story entirely, but it was a specific reason why you did that.
Yeah.
It's just so I would stop calling him.
Yeah. There was a rash of teen suicides in America at the time, and I was doing, I had just finished doing a play, Angels in America, which is centered in New York City during the height of the AIDS crisis. And I just felt like it was a convergence for me where I was in a position, and am in a position, to be able for young people to look at the experience that I've had, to look at the opportunities that have been presented to me, and to recognize in themselves that there is no limitation, and that we live in a time where the tide is changing, and all over the world, the movement toward equality is cresting, and that wave is unstoppable. So for me, I felt like it was the right time and the right way.
Were you concerned it would affect your career, though? Because I know some people who are in Hollywood, and it's entirely their choice, and far be it from us to judge, but at the same time, some people, I think, because they think it would limit the roles they're being offered. As a gay actor, to be offered, and obviously not a gay actor, but as an actor who is gay, whether you'll get offered straight roles as readily, will you get offered action roles? And obviously you're proving that isn't the case, but some people, I think, are in for that reason. Was that a worry for you, a concern?
No, I'm not interested in working with people who would have any issue with that, or if people don't want to work with me because of my sexual orientation, then I have no interest in working with them to begin with. So it doesn't really put me in a position where I feel like I'm limited. I mean,
do you think there are straight guys who come out as gay because they think that will get them more work? Does that happen that way, you think? 'Cause it may swing in that direction.
It seems to be. I don't know. We'll see how it shapes up. But right now, especially in this movie and this second movie, where I really do get to immerse myself in a whole action sequence and, really kick some serious ass. I feel like I am, in a lot of ways, proving that that's not true, and I intend to continue to do that and invite other people to do it as well, because I feel like it's the only way that we can truly move forward. And it comes back to the idea of Star Trek and the diversity and the idea of people coming together for the greater good. Not just for someone's own personal well-being. Oh, I might not work as much but look at how many people might not die because they can look at somebody and say, that's a person who is successful, who is authentic, and who is fulfilled, and that's what I feel like I am. So I couldn't be prouder of that, and everything else will fall into place as it's meant to, but it hasn't slowed me down yet.
Well, it's a lovely message, and it's a lovely thing to do. Yeah. One thing for you, I'm sure some of you remember, there was a terrific series I loved on TV because I love superhero stuff. Heroes was on television a while ago, and you played the evil Siler in that.
I did, yeah.
And the way you did, your face, you can make yourself look quite evil quite easily, it seems to me. Your face lends itself to evilness quite well.
I think it's the eyebrows, too.
Partly.
Is that what it is?
Partly.
So right now you seem quite open and friendly. How do you switch to evil mode?
It comes in handy if I don't want people to bother me at a restaurant.
Hey, well, you mention eyebrows because it is a big part of it, and you've got a spectacular... Of all the people that have to shave them off...
I know, that's exactly the point,
You've got twice the normal amount right there.
Totally.
But eyebrows, doing stuff with the eyebrows is kind of fashionable. See if you can help me spot whose eyebrows these are. It's a new game we're playing. Whose eyebrow is this? OK.
Oh, The Rock.
Oh, that was too quick.
But he looks like he tweezes.
He looks like he tweezes?
Yeah.
OK, so that's The Rock. You got that 1 for 1. OK, let's go again.
Oh.
Sandra Bullock.
Sofia Vergara.
No, you're both being too classy.
Cheryl Cole. Cheryl.
Wow, Cheryl Cole. Well, if you're watching, Cheryl...
I said Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian it is. You went low enough. That's right. There you go. God bless her. Good luck with the baby, Kim. OK, let's do one more.
Stallone.
Yeah, that's it. The master.
More.
There you go. Here's one more. You get this one? This is a tough one.
This is not possible. That can't be real. Is that actually eyebrows of somebody?
Well, it's maybe not somebody. Maybe it's a... There you go. It's that cat. That's too cute, isn't it? OK, we're going to have to say goodbye. We've had you here for a while. I would love to keep you out for longer. I'm enjoying your company both so much.
Thanks, you too,
How
man.
lovely to meet you, Zoe.
Thank you.
Zachary, lovely to meet you again. The film is out May the 9th, I said. It's great fun. Even if you're not a Star Trek fan, you're going to love it. But, of course, who isn't? Will you join me in saying thank you to the fabulous Zachary Quinto and Zoe Saldana? Thanks for the banjo playing as well. So you put your hand...
really, really genuine.
They put their hand on these. OK, and this is... Here's one. Oh, yeah, there is one here. You can have this one. Put that there.
Where do I put...
You put your hand on top of the prong
the
things.
hand.
And they have... That's where the power will come at. And if you are telling the truth, it measures your pulse rate. If you're telling the truth, nothing will happen. If you're telling a lie, you will get a shock.
An electric shock. Do you think this is fair?
Are you all up for this? Zach, are you up for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Tom, you OK for this?
Do I have a choice?
No, not...
Tom's
not if you want to play your record at the end of the show, you don't, sunshine. I mean, you always have a choice. Tom, I bet you never thought you'd be on the Jeremy Carl show.
I know, I'm chuffed to bits.
So, Tom, we asked you, have you ever pretended that a song is yours that you've written and, in fact, you've ripped it from somebody else?
No.
He said no.
That's the truth. No shock.
Fantastic.
No shock. OK, you got one for Zachary?
Zachary, have you ever worn false ears in an intimate situation?
Not false ears, no.
He speaks the truth. Let's have one for the lovely Zoe.
Zoe, contrary to what you said earlier, have you ever decided that you couldn't make it to the toilet whilst wearing a wetsuit and had to let it happen?
No, I wouldn't.
No, she didn't. OK, Russell, it's all on you.
Russell, are you enjoying tonight's show?
Yes.
Really?
Russell, let's do another one. Russell.
Yep.
Have you ever won Rear of the Year?
Yes. Ah, you son of a bitch! Well, that's broke.
Can I just be honest with you?
It's just broke.
Only his one has an electric
Yeah,
shock.
clearly.
Let's do another one. Russell.
No, well, let's not. We've got
Let's do
that,
one.
surely.
Do you think we're overplaying
Russell, let's
this?
wire it up to your bollocks.
Russell, I think you've just given him an idea for his next series.
I remember thinking, when I watched Star Trek, I can never get... Why did Captain Kirk never once flick Spock's ears? Just surely once you go, meh.
Zach, did that happen on set? Did you get your ears flicked much?
No. Am I gonna get electrocuted?
Only if you keep giving one-word answers, like no.
No, I'm always so afraid that if I do anything to them, they're gonna fall off. So I can't really fiddle with them.
You must have kept the set, though. You must have taken some home.
Yeah, I did. I've taken a few.
So you must have... I bet you've wandered around naked with only the ears on, haven't you? You so have. I mean, any man would do that.
Not he wouldn't.
Any man.